at the end of the day, what we want to change is the mentality, to make sure that these children have a feeling that they're being cared for, they're being taken care of, so that once they also get to that category of earning and working, they can also start doing the same, so that we change the attitude in society. There is nothing you can do unless you've changed the attitude. So that attitude has to be changed.
I see.
And that's what we are doing as a company, so that we take them through that process. This is not an event. It has got to be a process.
Of course.
A full process.
Of course, yes.
Identifying, recruiting them. After we have done that, we take through them. We take them through their studies, mentoring them, giving them encouragement, and then after that, they make a decision. Where do you want to work? You want to work for Athi Mining? Yes, well, come on board. You want to work for another company? Yes, you can. But will you please make sure that you sponsor somebody?
Oh, wow.
If you don't sponsor somebody, will you please make sure that you influence your company to do that? If your company does not have a foundation or a skill,
but you obviously must say, I mean, the first priority must be, or is that an assumption that they obviously say, look, I mean, these guys have educated me, you know, and they even have a position for me to go and work. Don't you like say, you know, or don't you?
Morally, that is what that's what's expected of them. Yes. Morally, yes. But you see, Jimmy, you cannot force somebody. If these people, if these children, if these guys that you are going to give the scholarships, for instance, in the university, are going to go through the education and then they have a feeling like, yes, I want to go and work with the Athi River Mining. This has been a good family that has taken care of me financially, mentally, emotionally. Then they'll get back to us. Absolutely. But if they have a feeling they don't, we cannot force them.
I see what you mean. Let's go back in terms of how you then not recruit really, how you're able to identify the children who qualify to be given scholarship by the Rhino Cement Foundation. How does that work, and how wide is your network? You know, 1,800 employees. You're all over the country, so to speak. What is the process like?
The process is, for instance, if I gave you an example how we recruited the girls that we paid for school fees, we put an advert on paper, over the radio, and then we received applications. We also dropped our forms for this scholarship, where our distributors are over the country for our Rhino Cement. These forms were filled, we advertised through schools, so we got the application.
Wow.
And then we sat down through the Rhino Cement Foundation trustees. We sat down, we went through the forms, we were able to evaluate and to rank them. And once that is done, that does not end there. We have to make sure that we visit the homes of these children to ascertain, to make sure, to meet the chief, so that they can give us a bit of a background, to make sure that whoever gets this scholarship is really a deserving case. What we want to do with the university students is, now we have put up the adverts. The university students are applying in those disciplines. We are giving them 1 month between now and the end of this month to do the applications. The whole of next month we shall be evaluating. We want to give ourselves enough time so that we don't do it in a rush. So we'll be able to evaluate the whole of next month. So come towards the end of probably in fact we are giving them the applications will run until end of May. Now from 1st June to the end of June we shall be evaluating and ranking. Then end of June we shall have awarded the scholarships. Well done. So that in July the students know who they are, they've gotten the scholarships, we have taken them through our orientation process, they understand who we are, they understand what we stand for, and therefore they can be able to start their university education.
I see.
And we're giving full scholarship.
Wow.
Tuition fees, accommodation, food, everything. We are imagining that we are going to pick a student who does not have parents, who does not even have a home. Probably an IDP.
I see.
You see?
Yes.
That's what we're trying to imagine.
So you started this last year, the Rhino Cement Foundation last year.
Yes.
So currently you have, let's say, 10 students plus now. How many universities that you determine later? We
shall be taking the students who are going to study, who have admission to public universities. Now this is the first time, because the first university, I think the admission is probably next month in May.
Right.
So these are the first batch of students that you're going to have in university. But in the past, how we have done it before the Rhino Cement Foundation is that from in those areas where we operate. In Kaloleni in Mombasa, we have a site in Athi River, in Kajiado. We have picked a number of students, primary, secondary. So we have been having so many to sponsor. But this time we want to document.
I see.
We are sponsoring
okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. What does the future hold in terms of numbers? Because you are obviously competing with something called the, I think it's a constituency bursary fund. I don't know what its existence will be in the new government structure. But, you've got something parallel happening. And of course, yours is more attractive because it's a full-scale scholarship. What are you looking for? What will happen in terms of in the next 5 years, where you have a bigger number of people, of course, some that you've already, like now, the ones who are there, the 10 that you're sponsoring now, will still be there in terms of the third year or the fourth year. When the numbers grow bigger, how will you manage that? Because they will grow bigger.
That is true. Our projection is that this is an expanding foundation.